Oh, hey guys. So, I did get lucky. Right? So I called last week on Friday after I knew I was going to be kind of stuck in Portland for the weekend, and called my contacts saying, hey, with the weather and trucks being delayed or shut down or whatever, or breaking down or whatever, if you guys need me, because I'm down in Portland, they load out of Seattle, just let me know. Give me a call, right? And Saturday, I'm in the middle of doing laundry, and he called me. He said, hey, I had a truck breakdown while doing pickups, which, like you guys are aware, you generally got to do some pickups, 1 to 3 pickups to take one of their loads, pretty much. That's usually the deal, right? You pick up a freight, or pick up 1 to 3 picks that generally may or may not be related to your load. Usually, in my case, it's not. You bring it to the cross dock, they offload it, and then try to load you with your load. Thought I was hearing something. Well, he called me Saturday, middle of do laundry, and he's like, I had a truck breakdown, and he's like, I know you got help. You're hold up there till Monday. What time do you offload? And I was like, 6:30. He's like, okay. Do you want the load? I was like, sure. All right, because it's better than whatever I'm gonna grab out of the West Coast currently going east. Like, and when a couple weeks ago, I could barely get like $6,000 going east. It's retarded. Like, it's just ridiculous. Holy fuck, car hauler. It's wasting the speed that some of these trucks drive through like rest areas and truck stops and all that is ridiculous, right? Like 20-mile-an-hour ramp, that dude had to be doing like 35, 40. And it's not even the ramp, like the ramp's behind me. Like that red truck just went by, there's the interstate. Some of that service plaza, right? Just has lunch. Service plaza's that way. So. But he's like, yeah. He's like, it pays $9,000. I was like, okay. But he's like, keep in mind though, normally these load Saturday, right? Well, you get there Friday, they load you Saturday morning, you're pretty much on the road by like 6 a.m., 7 a.m. So I'm already gonna pick it up pretty much 2.5 days late, pretty much, right? But not my fault, right? They're not gonna hold that against me. But I knew I was about to be very exhausted this week, which I am. I've going from Seattle to pretty much Harrisburg, PA, from Monday to Thursday night. So I at least had a full day Thursday, right? Because it was like 2,200 Thursday. Yeah. Then the rest of it's easy, like all within an hour, pretty much radius around Harrisburg. So it was only like 5 drops, and it was just running, some heavy running. Not used to that, because pretty much I do like 780 to 800, like 30 miles a day, and add in some weather, or the fact that the Green River Tunnel in Wyoming also took me an hour to go through to pretty much 2 miles, well about 4 miles, because detour into town and then go through town and then get back on the interstate. That took an hour because too much traffic being forced into one little ass area. But I think, like I said, I got lucky, right? Because that gave me $2,000 to $3,000 more for the week, and it's always funny. People aren't used to driving big vehicles, and the way they behave. Just watch this U-Haul pulling a little car hauler. He pulled out, being a little paranoid. Now, I did lose about 5 hours though from going from pretty much Missoula to Nebraska. And I know that's not the way you would normally go. If you're already in Montana, you're generally staying in Montana all the way down, right? But so I get to Missoula, right? And they weren't the amount of snow they were calling for. They weren't calling for a couple of inches. They got way more than that. So chain law was up for like 60 miles from pretty much Homestake Pass, which is just east of Butte, to damn near Livingston. So wasn't really interested in that because like it already took me an hour and a half to go from. It's already an hour and a half, so about almost 2 hours to go from Missoula to Butte, and then if I had to chain up for 60 miles, I'm gonna lose a lot of time there. But even if they move the chain law down, it's a lot of yellow. Then I'm already losing a lot of time anyways in Montana. So, and then Montana's also like 8 hours long. So it wasn't really worth staying in Montana at that point. So I chose to add on another 100 miles to drop down I-15 and go with Highway 30 into Wyoming that way, right? But then, like I said, Green River Tunnel, and then caught some hell of a dumping in Elk Mountain in Cheyenne, 5 to 8 inches as it was coming down. Pretty much, it was enough snow on the ground that, with the wind too, that if they plowed the outcoming side, if they plowed the incoming side, and threw it all up, you were whited out. And a vehicle passed somebody else on the other side, you were whited out. Somebody passes you on your side, you're whited out. I pass somebody else, I'm whiting them out. Like, it was, yeah. And not to mention, most people, I realize, most people driving that stuff probably gonna have no understanding how to maintain a lane or know where they're at on the road. So I almost got run off the road by 2 trucks. And it's all because of one truck was following another truck. A little too close. I don't understand why people tailgating this shit. Don't understand it, but whatever. The first truck lost sight of what he was doing, like his track, and just pretty much ran halfway to my lane. And obviously I'm still here, so, made it out somehow. But the other truck also followed him. And that other truck was mostly next to me. And, yeah, it's real easy. You should be passing on that. Well, fuck. I mean, some of us know how to drive in this shit, okay? But also, I'm not going to do 20 miles an hour when the conditions aren't that bad. Like, I had traction. And, also, for those who aren't aware, the longer you are in said conditions, the more likely you're going to get shut down. I don't want to be in a fucking area where there's no resources. It's prone to being shut down for days. Pileups are a high likelihood here in this area. I don't want to be there any longer than I did. I do. It took me from pretty much Sinclair Station, right? The Sinclair Station to Cheyenne. It's only it took me a certain. I'm trying to remember the top of my head. Because Rollins and Laramie's 2 hours, right? And then it's another half hour. So it took me like 2.5 hours, 3 hours to go that far. So I was going pretty decent pace. But people also say, too fast for conditions. That's only true if something goes wrong. Like, it's not too fast if nothing happens. So, like, it's that whole thing is hilarious. Too fast for conditions. Well, what's too fast? Because it's also subjective too. If I'm able to maintain a faster speed, yet with all the traffic on the road, one almost running me off the road, not my own doing it, I'm in my lane, damn near on the rumble strip, right? And then, got pushed to the rumble strip and still they kept coming over. Was I going too fast or were they going too fast? Because I was able to maintain what I was doing. I even was braking I had to brake pretty hard, right? I had traction. I didn't slide off the road, didn't jackknife, whatever. That guy was going too fast. He couldn't maintain what he was doing, right? Too fast for conditions literally means you're going too fast and you fucked up. There is no, you're doing 60 when everybody's doing 40 or 30, 20. And the 60 has too fast for conditions. No, because as long as nobody's fucking up, nobody's going too fast for conditions. Because there's no difference in variable speed limit. Like, let's use the whole West Coast. They like doing split speed limits, right? With that logic, then that's too fast, right? Too fast for conditions. Because if I-5 in California has a shit ton of trucks, right? Doing 45 to 50. That's generally what they're governing, like Grapevine, governing at 45 to 50. If a car is in one of those lanes where a lot of trucks are in, right? Or one of the only there's also lanes in California where it's truck only lane, right? If a car goes up, flying up, doing the car speed limit, and either gets in an accident because they didn't realize how slow a truck was the truck going too fast for conditions, or was the car? Because it's kind of the same fucking situation. You don't need weather to fuck up. Yeah, daylight, sunshine is a good condition. Wind is a condition. You can get blown over from just sitting there, just sitting in a parking lot, right? Sitting side of the road. Seen it happen. Too fast for conditions, he wasn't even moving. But wind's a condition. Nah, that shit's hilarious. Too fast for conditions doesn't fucking exist that nobody fucks up. Like, you could literally slide off the road doing 2 miles an hour. I almost fucking, on my first almost slide off the road, I was doing 20 miles an hour in the mountain. 20 miles an hour. And a night I'd been by the way, I was 11 hours of driving at that point, because take a full shift. I'd averaged 35 that whole night, yet the 35 I had no problems with, distraction, where I'd been driving at that point like 7 hours at 35 miles an hour on average, right? But the one time I'm doing 20 in my last mountain pass, the very, very top, that was where I almost lost it. And that was only because my load, just started turning into a turn. Not even a sharp turn, slight turn, right? And my load decided, we need to go straight. But it's been doing just fine the other 3 fucking passes before this pass. Yeah, and it's funny. Generally, people that say too fast conditions have never, they didn't grow up in the shit. That's pretty much what it comes down to, right? Or it's just real easy to blame things, when they have no understanding of what just happened, the current situation, right? Concat. Yeah. But I'm also on another load, so hopefully we get lucky next week and we get it backhauled, because yeah, this has been the month of spending money on the truck, and I kind of like to get some of my revenue back. Well, not revenue, but money in the pocket back. Which I probably will make a video of what I spent on the trucks when I'm home. Cause I made one before, and it was a little long. It was like 40 minutes, and I was like, I could break it down. I can shorten that quite a bit. I just need to not be in the truck because where I get distracted. But truck's been doing good. Just had to put 4 hours on it though, which kind of blows. Yeah. Probably gonna got some other things coming up. I'm debating, with how worn out I am, debating if I want to about next month, maybe go home for a couple weeks to do some maintenance on the truck that needs downtime for it. I guess 4 hours for the overhead, plus that fuel sensor delete, EPRV, whatever. It's pretty much you delete a sensor, you put a plug in it, and it's right there on the fuel rail, and then clean up the emission system with the EGR, the EGR flush, the EGR valve, and then the 1-box cleaning. And that alone, I've been $2,500 to take it out, put it back in, and with the cleaning involved. So that takes about a week. Just debating, right? I'm just debating. But I could really use some off time. Because right now, based on what I just had to do for this week, right? And everything got off by Friday. By noon Friday. So it was just the getting it into position to get off was the challenge. And the contact worked with me, right? We swung through the cross dock in Fort Wayne to get one. There was technically one extra stop at Cleveland that I never would have made on time because it was delivered Wednesday to 600, and I picked it up Monday. Not doing 2,400 miles in 2.5 days. That's not happening. Just because I can do speed limit in most of the states, right? And I did have to push the truck quite a bit, but It was a lighter load. 30,000 pounds, which that helped out. Didn't help out in the weather though. But man, I'm feeling it. And if I stay out, because these loads, like I said, generally you have to run your full clock. So if I stay out, it's gonna take probably a couple weeks to fully not feel it. And I am just worn out though. It was so like I drink the Monster green teas, right? And it was about 3, especially Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. It was 3 a day at that point, on top of like normal drinks, right? So it took a lot out of me. Because it's like one thing to do like that one day, but when you're doing it consecutively in a row, that's when it stacks up. Concat. Any treats? Yeah, you gonna say bye? You gonna say anything? No, I'm just gonna lay in your little box. Play my passenger seat. But alright. I'm gonna get this video uploaded, so you guys stay safe out there. See you next time. Bye.